This is another video in the series Finding Products for Amazon Dropshipping or Arbitrage. In this particular video, I'm going to look at using a new tool called the Google Lens Sourcer to source products from Amazon, and it can actually be used to source products from anywhere. Now, just to recap a little of what I did in previous videos, I started out with a little light product research, using side tables as an example. So I went on Amazon and I searched side tables, and I attempted to use the automated spreadsheet called the Amazon Sourcer to then source those products automatically. Now, as it turns out, it is able to find sources, and it's been able to do that for a number of years. But the thing is, we've always depended on SKUGrid, which is an external software, to pull the source price, the shipping and the stock. However, SKUGrid is shutting down on July 28th, 2025, and today is July 25th. So that's it. There's no more SKUGrid. We won't be able to fetch these prices. So now, looking towards another option for sourcing, and luckily just a few months ago, and not really luckily, I mean, I knew it was something I needed to do. I did create a new tool called the Google Lens Sourcer, and there is a link to this Google site, to my Google site, and this is the Google Lens Sourcer page with the instructions, the options for downloading it, and what you need, which I'm going to show you as well here in this video. But you need to visit the page to actually get the automation. So first of all, I'm going to start out, I'd like to start out by saying why Google Lens, right? Why Google Lens? Well, for one, the other options to use some more expensive sourcing software, such as this, very powerful, famous tactical arbitrage software. But as I have discussed in the past, one limitation of sourcing software is that it's only going to work with certain websites. But the other issue is just that you may not want to invest in that, the high monthly cost or whatever the cost is of that software. So this is going to be a much more, this is going to be an option that's not going to cost you all that money every month, right? So now, there is a Google Sheet template that we have to work with, and then there is an automation that we have to work with. And I did actually forget to mention the other reason or why we want to use, and it relates to cost, the Google Lens Sourcer automation, is that when it searches products, it also pulls the prices of those products. So we don't need a software like SKUGrid to get the prices, because Google Lens already does that. Okay. So now the thing becomes, well, how do I use this thing, right? So first of all, you'll have a Google Sheet template, and you do have to bring certain data into it. I'll just quickly explain. You have a product sheet, and I'll zoom this up a bit. And on the product sheet, you have ID, title, URL, price, and you have the image URL. This is the input. And then over here, you'll have a result sheet. The automation will output the results, and it will then calculate the profit from there. So, we will first of all have to bring that Amazon data in here. And when I demonstrated the other sheet, I showed you how to do file import and bring this data in here. And I already did it, but I'll just do it again in case you haven't seen this process. So import, upload, browse. I'm doing it a little faster this time. Amazon, file, and open. Whoops, I hit something. And then it's just replace current sheet and then import data. Right? I did it a bit faster this time because I know a lot of people saw it, might have seen it in the previous video. And now I did, now if you saw the Google Lens Sourcer before, you had to copy paste everything over. I did just integrate this mapping sheet system that can be used on any Google Sheet. If you want to be more advanced, you can integrate this into your own sheets. But right now, I just care about using it on the Google Lens, and I will have it preloaded with some maps. I have the Amazon search map preloaded. I just did. So you don't have to really know how to do this per se, unless you want to add more websites to it on your own. Okay, but I won't explain that now. But the max map row, that's the last row. It's telling you the row number is 9. I do have to put that number in here to tell it where to stop. And then I'm just going to go ahead and click map sheets, and it should copy that data over here to the products. And that's just like the title, the URL, the price, and the image URL. Okay, but the first time, okay, yeah, so this template, the other template did not have any scripts. This one does. So you've got to authorize the script to run. And advanced. Okay, this process again. It's not unsafe, and it doesn't do all this stuff. That's just what Google says. They're just trying to cover their basis of what is possible in the, in the range of what could possibly be done. So, okay, now for some reason, though it's not copying, okay, the prices didn't copy, it copied something else. So I don't know if maybe there are 2 columns with the same name. So this is coming out of Instant Data Scraper. And by the way, you might need to go back and watch the video that I did with the Amazon Sourcer automated spreadsheet, because I downloaded this file in that video. Okay, using Instant Data Scraper, which is why I did not do it a second time here, because I already have scraped from it. I already scraped the data from it. So you may have to go back if you want to see how I got this file. It's the prices I want, not the, this is really messy. Okay. Amazon scrapes, other websites scrape very neatly with Instant Data Scraper, by the way. It's just Amazon that comes out like this. So just bear in mind. But right click, copy. So what I'll do is copy this entire column. This is a bit tricky. Okay, I'm just going to highlight from here and down. Okay, it's just, it's something that you just have to get through, right? There has to be trade-offs, right? Like, this is a system that is not going to cost you anything to run, right? You're not going to be paying a monthly charge or anything like that. Okay, it's not going to cost you anything. But on the other hand, it's not like sourcing software, where you're just going to open it, sign in, kind of press some buttons and kind of click around and make it work, right? There's a little more upfront work you have to do. Okay. And so, I mean, that's the trade-off, that there has to be a trade-off with things, right? It's not going to be a free option and then be just as convenient. So right-click, copy. Okay, and then you're going to go over to, what is it? Products, product sheet. Okay, and now I just need to get to the top. And why is that? Okay, oh yeah, that's an error. Okay, paste special values. Right click, I did paste special values. Right, now I know that this file format is a bit of a mess. And so what I would really like to do is to try to create some kind of browser automation that will just give us the title, the URL, the price, and the image from Amazon. I just haven't been able to find one that does that. So I haven't found a Chrome extension that does that, so I might have to literally create it. So right now I'm going in here and deleting these rows. This is not something you typically have to do. This is another bad URL here. It's not a good URL. So I'm just going to highlight these rows and delete them. This is not ideal, but it's just what we have to do here. So I'll highlight these rows, delete them. Yeah, it's really not ideal. But it's what I have to do for the moment. If you know of a Chrome extension that will just scrape the title, the URLs, the prices, and the images off an Amazon search page, please let me know in the comments. Please let me know, because Instant Data Scraper is not given a neat scrape from Amazon. Not as it used to be better. It was better in the past. It's just, got a lot of missing things here and bad links and stuff that get picked up. I think they come from the ads. All right, I'm gonna have to let some of this go just for the sake of time, because I wanted to actually demonstrate the automation itself. Okay. That's an image, but nothing else. Okay, so that's a mess. Okay, so I'm not going to do all of these anyway. Okay, so product ID is just like a local ID. You can just put 1, 2, 3. What that does is it just lets us know, because the products, you'll see why you sort of need that, but each product needs a number. So 1, 2, 3. You can just highlight this and drag it down. It will just keep counting downwards, or you can double click. It will go all the way to the bottom. And okay, stop there. That's fine for now. Okay. This is only saying that because of the image. This allow access is because I have image. When we bring in the image URLs, it has an image preview. And so that's what all this noise is about. So just click allow access. That's just an image preview, and it wants you to allow that. Okay. Now, at this point, we can finally actually run the automation. Right? We have the Google Sheet. The products on the Google Sheet. That's the main thing we needed. And now we need to run the automation. So the Google Sheet needs to be prepared. Okay, you need to share it for editing, because it's going to read but also write to the sheet. So you've got to change it to anyone with the link as an editor. And that's just so that Automa can access the Google Sheet, right? Automa. So then you have to copy that link, anyone with the link editor, and done. Remember, that was share. And so I need that, because when I go over now to run the automation, and by the way, I have the link to the automation, so you'll just, everything you'll need will be there on the Google Lens page. So when you play it, this is the play button or execute button. You have to enter that spreadsheet ID, URL. So now I'm going to paste that spreadsheet URL. And by default, you're going to start on row 2 of the product sheet, and you're going to start on row 2 of the result sheet. Right? Let's just take a look at that. Row 2 of the product sheet is where you're going to start reading your products. Row 2 of the result sheet is where you're going to print the products. Okay? That can change if you stop and start again. So that's why we have to input that and let it know. Start and output in row 2. This is the maximum number of results, meaning when it searches a product with the image search, what is the maximum number of results do you want to pull back from Google Lens? It needs to be high, and the reason is that Google Lens is also going to pull a lot of results that don't really have like price data. So you do get a lot of results that are going to get pulled that are not going to be useful, and then you get a bunch that are useful. So you need to take a lot of results so that you have enough, okay, to have the useful ones in there. The output interval is how often it's going to output it to the Google Sheet. I'm going to say every 3 products, because I want to see it right. I want you to see it very quickly in this video. So I'm going to see 3, but you can leave it at 10 and wait, right? The maximum output row is the lowest row that it's going to do, which is 10,000, the lowest possible row, maximum. Export CSV, meaning not only is it going to put the results in the Google Sheet, it's also going to put export a CSV. Okay, I'm going to check that on, and now I will just finally run this automation, and right now it should be getting started up. And let's check here. Well, there is, let me see, logs. Well, yeah, okay, there it is. Okay, so it might take just a few moments there, but as you can see, you see this tab at the end? That's the Google tab, and when I click it, you'll see what's happening. See, it's uploading the image from Amazon, and now it is searching that image with Google Lens. And okay, and these are the results. This is why you want to take a large number of results, because you see all these results with these X's and numbers, right? Which are like, I believe, like, you know, the resolution or something of those images. That's useless to us, right? So if you tell it only take 2 results, it might just take those 2 useless results. So you need to use a high number, like 20, 30. Tell it to take a large number of results for the maximum. That way you'll get some good results mixed in with the bad, and the good ones will report a profit, and that's what we need. Okay, and here's the next one that it's doing. See, now it's not meant to be watched in this manner. It's meant to run quietly, so this is why it will like take you off the tab eventually, because really you're supposed to just let it run in the corner. So what you can actually do instead of watching it, but you know, for this video, I'm kind of watching for the video, because if you don't watch it in the video, there isn't really anything else to do. So I want you to just watch it and see what it's doing, okay? But when you do this in reality, you don't need to watch it like this. In fact, what you can do instead is go over to the Google Sheet and wait for the output, or go do something else. Let's say you're doing something on Amazon or keyword tool or trends or whatever. But this is the result sheet. I set it to 3, so after 3 products, it should give us some results. And so this is what you want to do. If anything, while it's running, is you might want to just wait for results here. So basically, it's going to repeat the same product data that I fed to it. Okay, the same products that I gave it, the ID, title, URL, price. It's going to bring the same data back over here, but with results that it found with Google Lens and those prices. And so from there, the formulas will count. Okay, here it is. So the data just popped in. You saw that. So these results are all from the first product. This is why we need to have a product number, right? So that we can see 20 from row 1 to 20. It's all product ID number 1. There are 20 results for, remember I set it to 20 results max. There are 20 results for product number 1, right? Up to 20 results. Now some of these results are also Amazon. That's useless for what I'm trying to do. This is Amazon India, and then it doesn't even have a price, right? Fine. That's fine, because if that's the case, that's just the case. Some of these don't have retail suppliers. Understand, when you're dealing with Amazon, a lot of products don't have retail suppliers. But what happens is, if you do enough products and enough results, eventually, it will come across some products with an actual profit. If there are prices, then you will see a profit calculation, even if it's a negative profit, right? When there are prices, such as for this result, you will actually get some kind of calculation, but when there are no prices, you won't. Remember, this is only just the first 3 products. So there's still plenty of opportunities for a profitable result to show up, but it will take time, because as I said, it is searching these products individually. You see how it does that. And really, if you were really trying to find profitable products, the scrape I did in the previous video, the search I did, that wouldn't really be enough. You would typically want to search brands, or you would want to kind of search for like other, if you're drop shipping, you want like results from other drop shippers, you know, things like that. Products that are not sold by Amazon. You know, there's different things you might want to filter, right, to give you more of a chance of finding profitable ones. But either way, this, you are learning in this video how to actually run the automation. That's kind of the purpose, right? How to actually just get the data in there and get it running. We can talk about doing the product research first to get better results later. Right now, I just want you to see how to get this thing actually physically running, okay? So that is the process. That is how you run this. This workflow, you will have to download it from Atom. You first of all have to download Atoma Chrome extension, add Atoma's Chrome extension to your browser, and then you will be able to download this Atoma program. You will visit my Google site. There will be a link to my Google site. That is where my main resources, the main resources that I have, they will live on this Google site. So you can navigate through the different resources. And on the Google Lens Sourcer page, you will, this is linked in the description, you will see how to download this and what needs to be downloaded. Okay, all the different links you need will be there. Okay, the Google Sheet template you need to download, and then some different subscriptions you can join on my, Gumroad if you want to subscribe. And also remember, at a minimum, subscribe to the channels. At least subscribe to the channel so that you'll get notifications on what's happening. And all I can do at this point is wait for it to get more results and to see what those results. Okay, well, let's see. In the time I explained all of that, more results came in. I will just I might as well just scroll down and see what is coming out. Again, you see some different negative things being calculated here. But again, you have to go through sometimes a large number of products before you find one's profitable, when you don't really do the product research, when you just kind of throw some products in like that, right, without really filtering them. Then it has to go through more products before it finds profitable products, so it can take a lot of time. 6 products is nothing, right? And that's it. It just has to run in the browser and keep reporting results here, and you keep checking it for like profit. I'll kind of minimize this out a little bit. You can see more of the screen. And what you can do over here is you can navigate the products with these 2 links. The Amazon original product, and then the result match over here. Okay, when you're ready to try to find, to see what it's, find some profitable matches. Okay. So that, well, in fact, let's just open one here. I'll just open one. If it's fast, if it turns out to be kind of slow, I just wanted to open at least one match quickly. That's Amazon. Okay, it's taking a while to open. And then I'll open Walmart over here. And there was not a price report for this. There was no price report on this one, I don't believe. So I'm curious to see what it is. It's $28.73. Okay. Okay, and that's 2 of them though. That's strange. So that's basically it. That's how the Lens Sourcer actually works. That's how you get it to work. You bring that data in, you can map it, and then you have to run the automation. So again, just check the description for the link to the Google Lens Sourcer with all the instructions and everything that you need to get it running. And just remember that it has to run through sometimes a large number of products in an effort to find profitable products, especially if you're feeding it very general kind of random stuff. So just remember the importance of product research and trying to identify products that are more likely to be profitable. You can see more on that in my other videos. So this is part of a playlist, by the way, so you can check into the playlist, check the description. I have links to the other videos in the playlist, and you can actually play the playlist to see everything that's in it. And that's about it. I'm Mr. Mark. I hope that you're getting something out of this, and I look forward to seeing you around in another video.